a little 2-minute parody with a couple of posers. Little did their creators, Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, know that it would take off. Soon everyone was dressing and talking like them. Soon they had a hit record. Suddenly they were an entertainment phenomenon.
We didn't understand, we didn't know, we just knew that sure 5,000 people can come dressed as us. Everybody's got those clothes in their front closet, just like we do.
We're giving away $107. The best posers float in the parade as well. Your chance to get some autographs from Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Take off to the great white north. Take off. It's a beauty way to go. Take off to the great white north. Take off. It's a beauty way to go. Take off.
Beauty, eh? Like magic, eh? It's coming in. Well, it's like it was sung by angels.
When you pull up to a record store like A&A's and you see 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 kids out in the street, my first assumption was not, look at all the kids that came out for us. I thought there was an accident, a fire, there was some sort of, it was a dangerous situation and we should move on. Drive on, driver, don't stop here.
When you're in character, when you're being Bob and Doug, what's the bond that exists between you and your fans?
He has a theory about that.
I do?
Yeah, it's that you think people like those characters because everyone feels superior to Bob and Doug.
That, and also coming from SCTV, where there were 7 of us who could do about, between 7 and 10 pretty good impressions that made for a cast of 140 or whatever, some odd people between the impressions we did and the fictitious characters. There are a lot of people who think they can do impressions. You're always hearing somebody say, I can do Jimmy Stewart and I can do this one and that one. Bob and Doug are characters that everybody can imitate. So maybe that's part of the fun, too. That's my theory.
Yeah, well, that's not the one you had originally. You've dressed it up a little bit for TV.
Well, maybe I've got more than one theory, okay?
The old one was cleaner, more simple, and said essentially the same thing.
Let's try and talk about this later. I don't want to talk about this now. Do you ever get sick of these characters?
No, actually not. And in doing this film, the characters have taken on a different kind of life, because now we know a lot more about them, because we had to write it for a screenplay and to make a movie. So we know now that he's older, and we know what they drove before their van went into the lake, and we know where they live, and we know who their parents are. So they've become a lot more fun, and they have a lot more depth to them than they did a year and a half ago.
Save one of those beers for me, eh?
Now Bob and Doug are movie stars. Strange Brew was written by, directed by, and starred Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas.
This was more like an introduction to Bob and Doug than what, we think they could do in their full potential. But, heck, it's the movie we did.
Hey, we ought to call Moranis Perkins, eh? Get Wild Kingdom here, eh? Hey, come on. Oh, geez, he's getting mad, eh?
Yeah. Oh, geez, we gotta get home.
What about the personal side? Because I think to a lot of your peers, you've made it.
People that I started working with haven't had the opportunities that I did. I mean, I didn't come up through Second City Theater, and I was really lucky to wind up working with those people. I was really lucky to stumble into the McKenzie brothers, and now I've directed a motion picture. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to get to direct another one or not. I'd like to, but I've just sort of lucked into all these things, and,
That's something that, when you think about it, you have to be you have to pay some lip service to modesty. I find it difficult when people, boy, you've really made it, you've done great, you've done so well, and part of me feels guilty about it, and I go, oh, yeah, here's some money, or, not really, I mean, not really big. They're big stars. I mean, we've sort of made it, but, it's a very difficult thing to accept and answer. I sort of have the ostrich theory about that. I just keep working and stick my head in the sand, forget about it, and I don't really think about that.
But that guy with his head in the sand, is he happy?
Oh, yeah. Happy as a proverbial pig with his head in the sand.
Good day, that's all I say. Good day, eh?
Oh, we're out of time. That's the show for today, so good day.